Oh, this show has done it now. A Sub-Zero episode? Which Sub-Zero is this supposed to be?
Is this supposed to be me or my brother? Well, newsflash, Conquest, neither of us were born yet at this time, and no, not everyone in my family was called Sub-Zero. We had other cool names like Chili McFreeze. Yeah, no, we were all called Sub-Zero.
I only used it after my stupid brother died because it was a name as cool as me. Moving on.
Is this supposed to be Lin Kuei Headquarters? Are you fucking kidding me? I've seen Shaolin temples run by freaking Liu Kang that look more prestigious than this.
And since when do I get constipated when I use my ice powers, stupid show?
And I really don't recall soothing coals being dumped on my back with ice water being how I got my powers.
Oh, how did you get your powers then? Well, Oh, you probably want your stupid show back, huh?
Yeah, might be nice.
Oh, whatever. I'm gonna go chew on my ice lick.
And you say the things in Conquest were stupid?
Shut up!
Well, hey, it's the cold reality.
Oh, good one!
Well, thank fuck I got rid of Sub-Zero. Could you imagine if I never showed up this whole video and he'd done the whole review? Yeah, that would have been stupid.
Previously on Mortal Kombat Conquest.
I'll always be with you, Kung Lao. My home is now your heart.
Oh, heart attack!
I want his soul. There is none stronger in Earthrealm than Kung Lao.
That's why in this episode I'm gonna get the Lin Kuei to try and kill him. That'll get me his soul. Yeah, maybe shouldn't recap lines that directly contradict the plot of the episode. So, the Lin Kuei Headquarters in Conquest are kind of like a reverse TARDIS, bigger on the outside. But the Grand Master of the Lin Kuei can't see how dinky his headquarters with his mask anyway, so it's alright. It's kinda bad though when you're making Sub-Zero mythologies look good. So who's this loser? Someone Sub-Zero's gonna kill?
He has trained his whole life. His fighting skills are unmatched among us, for it is his destiny to carry to battle ancient powers.
Yeah, that's Sub-Zero. You see, we're starting with him unmasked, then masking him later, so the mystery already be gone by then.
Yeah, good one.
Who am I? Anyway, Conquest Sub-Zero is played by J.J. Perry, who played Annihilation Scorpion because Chris Casamassa was unavailable to appear in Horseshit at the time.
Suckers! Really? They got Scorpion to play me?
It's not you, it's the other Sub-Zero.
Which one?
I don't know. You might also recognize J.J. Perry from his role as Annihilation Cyrax. Then we learn how Sub-Zero got his ice on, realizing that coals to the back hurt and so does sticking your hands in ice water. And no, don't be silly, this isn't how he gets his powers. It's just how he unlocks them. While Sub-Zero's ice powers develop in silly ways, we learn that one of the Lin Kuei Grand Master's abilities is getting injured by wall writings, almost as good as Scorpion's fall into a pit power.
Shang Tsung.
Oh, of course the Lin Kuei serves Shang Tsung. I recall it being that way very well.
Sub-Zero.
Okay, so the younger Sub-Zero's mission was to kill Shang Tsung, but I'm sure the elder Sub-Zero thought higher of, well, you can still serve someone and have your only goal be their assassination. It's not weird! Oh, my memory sucks.
But the closer I get to the trading post, the more I wonder what I'm doing.
Well, strangely enough, Taj is having second thoughts about moving into Kung Lao's dead girlfriend's place with a guy she barely knows and one who helped turn her into a slave.
For me, returning to the trading post is fine. I lived there much of my life. And
I can help train fighters with you, Kung Lao.
Even though training people for the next Mortal Kombat tournament is supposedly Kung Lao's main objective, we'll only see a couple one-shot characters getting trained there. You'd think maybe this could have opened the door for some more cast or reoccurring characters, possibly even from the Mortal Kombat games roster. And yeah, I know, a lot of them wouldn't make sense in this time period, but the show doesn't seem to care too much about that now, does it?
Then we get some important insight on Zero. Finally! He likes food!
Hey, Taja.
Oh god, not again.
Well, is there anything left or not?
Here. That wipes us out, you know.
Like you wiped out the monks?
I took some food to nourish us on the trip, okay?
Yeah, right. You believe this? She stole food from the monks.
Well, you're eating it, aren't you?
Oh, those two. You just know they're gonna end up together. In the Nether Realm.
Once they get back to the Dead Gen trading post, we learn that the Lin Kuei are the masters of really awkward and terrible hiding places. Taja's first reaction is to naturally try and take them out with baskets, but when that doesn't work, getting bailed out by Kung Lao and Zero will have to do. And of course, skilled warriors are no match for an ex-bodyguard. Oh, and the Mortal Kombat champion too, I guess.
Lin Kuei.
Murderers for hire.
People around here tell stories of children being stolen and taught how to kill in some secret compound.
You were stolen as a child, Sub-Zero? That's awful! Such a tragic tale.
They plan to get info out of generic Kuei, but luckily the Lin Kuei are the masters of escape.
Well, that is an escape.
I think he cracked a rib.
No, let's get this straight. The guy in the blue outfit cracked the rib.
Gray, Taja. Those were gray uniforms. Only Sub-Zero wears blue in the Conquest Lin Kuei, and he hasn't even gotten his uniform yet.
Question is, can we expect more? We need to get some rest. Anyone hears anything in the night? Call out.
And if they really were the assassins they're supposed to be, you wouldn't wake up to do that.
Then again, this is Conquest Lin Kuei, so they'd probably trip over your sleeping body and snap their necks.
I guess I'll take my old room.
My old room was the dungeon.
Hey, staff's all gone. I'm sure it's still free.
Yeah, remember that time I was gonna kill you because you tried to rob me, but then instead I took you to the Baron and he made you his slave, and then he's gonna take advantage of you and I was just gonna let that happen? Oh man, we had good times.
Really though, this playful dynamic between Taja and Zero is seriously at odds with what actually happened in the first episode. Zero took her here and she was made into a slave. It really would have made more sense if they'd had Taja seriously despise Zero towards the beginning of the series. And they should have had Zero trying to atone for his actions while he was in the service of the Baron, and they built their relationship over time.
But that would require Zero to have character, so nope.
Oh, Jen, I miss you and your awkward kisses and awful acting. On second thought, I'm gonna go pee on your grave. Another thing Conquest likes to do is reuse establishing shots, so get used to this swinging down shot of the lava pit when we're transitioning to a sung down in the mine scene.
What are you doing?
Writing instructions.
And they told me getting that connect was a waste of money. Sung explains to Vorpax that his wacky scheme of the week is to get the Lin Kuei to steal something for him, which is apparently something that needs to be told to them multiple times since he is still writing instructions after they've made an attempt to get it.
A friend heard of its existence. An idiot baron in Zuzin bought it from a trader and hid it.
Is there any chance your Kung Lao is involved?
I pray for it.
That's why you sent the Lin Kuei.
Kung Lao will die.
And I won't get his soul, but I guess that doesn't matter to me in this episode.
I can't believe you're leaving.
That's usually what goodbye means.
Hey, we just got here.
And in that short time, I've been attacked, nearly killed, and watched some crazy man commit suicide.
See, that's why you should stay.
Those things are all so cool, Taja, come on! This is another moment I actually really like, as instead of having been thrust into this kind of life and just brushing it off, Taja seriously questions if she really wants to be around this. And really, it's not like she even knows Kung Lao and Seer at this point, but how does this get resolved?
Once a thief, always a thief, huh?
Damn it. Damn it.
Well, if you're gonna call me a thief, then I guess dead bodies piling up around me doesn't bother me anymore.
There's someone I need to talk to.
Please tell me it's not the Thunder God.
No, it's the, Wind God. That's worse, Kung Lao. Shut up!
He is not returned. Send 3 others.
Huh, well there's something you don't see every day. Oh!
You sent one man.
Wait. Sun can just open up portals and bring people down to him? Why the wall messages then? Just wanted to practice your handwriting, Sunny boy?
You know what is at stake.
It will be the greatest of weapons in Shao Kahn's hands.
Or mine. Then even he would have to deal with me.
Spoiler! It's a rock that will teleport you to any of the realms you choose, so I don't see how that'd make Shao Kahn scared of you, Sunny boy. As we've seen now in this episode and will future ones, Sun can open up portals out of his mind prison, and the only reason he doesn't fly the coop is he's scared of Shao Kahn getting him if he did. His only plan could be to maybe teleport to a realm that Shao Kahn couldn't find him.
And I'm not exactly sure, but I don't think running and hiding would make Shao Kahn quiver with fear.
Raiden, where are you? Come on, Raiden. Forget it. Thanks for nothing.
So talk.
Where have you been?
Living my life. How about you?
As I can't and won't be here just for you, Kung Lao. My responsibilities extend to all of Earthrealm and beyond.
This is another good scene, as it shows that Kung Lao is pretty silly for expecting Raiden to instantly appear for him all the time, and that Raiden supposedly does do other things. Like tried to pick up at the bar. Oh wait, we're not there yet.
Taja was attacked.
Is she dead?
No, the ninja is.
Well, then it worked out okay. I've got to run.
Wow, Raiden, you really took it to the next level this time. Sub useless.
Wait.
What? Did he cut him off mid-teleport so he only got that far? Or did Kung Lao forget to shower today?
Raiden, I'm not asking you to do my fighting for me.
Good, because you know I can't do that. What you're asking me to do is think for you. Work it out, Kung Lao. Yourself.
You know what, Raiden? Next time I really will talk to Fujin instead.
Fujin? That blowhard?
Conquest then introduces us to the super true fact that Sub-Zero's ice powers hurt him every time he uses them.
Correct, right?
Failure only makes him stronger.
That was a failure? The man just shot ice from his hands. Best you've done is walk around blinded and get bullied by Shang Tsung. Who's the failure? So, amazingly, 3 Lin Kuei are able to KO Taja and Zero, but return to the bumbling idiots that they are in Conquest when they decide to hide in their usual shitty manner from Kung Lao, and instead of taking the opportunity to attack him while he checks on Taja and Zero, they somehow turn what should have been their surprise attack into Kung Lao's. And not only that, but after the fight, they not only manage to get tracked by an ex-bodyguard, but they never detect him and lead him straight to their headquarters. Some freaking ninja you guys are.
I am not a ninja. I am Lin Kuei.
Ah, right. You're something far worse, you Chinese ninja warrior. With your heart so cold.
Sub-Zero gets woken up from his CG block of ice sleep so we can get the surprising twist that this guy running around in his underwear was Sub-Zero the whole time. Wow.
Before you stand 2 who have failed.
And failure only makes them stronger, right? Oh no, of course not. And since the Lin Kuei have been incompetent in almost every way, might as well make them as smart as Annihilation Shao Kahn and have them kill their own guys as a lesson. Oh man, Sub-Zero already. Alright, go change your uniform. But to be fair, I guess it probably takes a lot of energy to completely change someone into ice. No, not just freeze them over, there's clearly nothing there but ice. And that shatter, A+. Taja and Kung Lao find the teleporty stone, which when you play with it, turns some lights on, in addition to teleporting you to realms when you actually want to use it in the proper manner.
I found the Lin Kuei.
How many are they sending?
Who cares? As long as it all sent.
Oh, do you think they're going to send him, Zero? Guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Luckily, the greatest Mortal Kombat character, Zero, realizes during their fight that when Sub-Zero uses his freeze blast, it freezes his bowels as well.
Throwing the ice hurts him. It weakens him. Make him do it.
Yeah, guys, I can hear you 5 feet in front of me, but then again, I am Lin Kuei, so that means I'm an idiot, so I'll do it. Ah, the pain! Gotta hide behind some clothes, they'll never get me now.
I know I saw it, but man can't throw ice. There has to be an explanation.
Like?
I don't know, a freak storm?
I know ice powers might be a little hard to swallow, but a freak storm? What's centered around his arms?
But I'm telling you, what happened out there wasn't real.
Even though I very clearly seen him doing this in the Lin Kuei headquarters and realized that him using his ice powers weakened him, obviously he was just pretending to be hurt while the weather shot ice around him. Because, you know, pretending something hurts you is a brilliant fighting technique.
Zero, the greatest Mortal Kombat character.
And it took the three of us to beat him.
Yeah, if you mean Raiden showing up and giving him the electric eye equals you beating him.
They sent their most skilled fighter after the crystal.
Crystal?
Anyway, Raiden's all like, oh, you got that teleporting stone? I want it, because I don't really need it, but I don't want Shang Tsung getting the ability to open portals. You know that power he has already.
I've decided to keep it.
You can't.
I can, and I will. It was you who told me to think for myself, and now that I do, you want me to just obey your orders? I've trusted you my whole life. It's time to return the favor.
I have a headache.
There is no dishonor. The appearance of Raiden was unexpected.
What was Raiden gonna do? Fight? He said himself he wouldn't do that. But for the Lin Kuei to know that, they have to be somewhat competent. And thanks to this episode, we know they're just a fucking joke. And now it's time for the lone Sub-Zero line of this episode. Get ready to be enthralled.
Send me back, Master. I wish to try again.
Yep. We close off this episode with Sub-Zero going back to Kung Lao's to stare at it. Yes, really. He made a special trip to Kung Lao's just to stare at the building. Maybe it's some kind of therapy for him? Or maybe it helps him forget what kind of loser organization he's attached to. So, unfortunately, Sub-Zero's origin story in Conquest fares about as well as Scorpion's. The main good of this episode is actually when Zero and Sub-Zero have a battle, as it's two of the characters who are actual martial artists here fighting. Also, the interplay between Raiden and Kung Lao is really strong in this episode. With first Raiden putting Kung Lao in his place, and because of Raiden's speech, it makes Kung Lao put Raiden in his place at the end of the episode, and is a nice bit of development for both characters. What could have been handled a lot better was Taja's almost abandonment of the group, as it might as well have been Zero saying, "What's the matter, Taja? Chicken?" that made her flip-flop on leaving. Main stupid of this episode was, of course, the Lin Kuei, as they're shown as a bunch of bumblers who cower before Shang Tsung. It's kind of annoying when people who had separate alignments in the games just keep getting grouped with Shang Tsung or Shao Kahn because they're the main bad guys, and if they weren't straight up good guys in the games, well, might as well make them bad guys as well. And you know, it's really kind of sad when you have to make your characters less complex than the backstory of a fighting game. But oh well, at least Sub-Zero's freeze looked awesome.
Next time on Conquest, it's fan service right up the old boned butt.
I may make you my slave, or I may take you to bed. Or both.
Zero, no. One hit and our old bones will snap like twigs.
I have a headache.
No one insults the Lin Kuei and gets away with it, fearless. Oh! Oh!